Hello, hello, Team Activate. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. We are super excited tonight to bring this training to you. We have recently, last weekend, actually, not this one, the one before, we attended a conference done by Fraser, who is the Facebook guru, as well as Rob Sperry from America. And this was on the Gold Coast, and we learned a lot of new stuff, which we're going to bring to you tonight. So a huge big welcome. Please do contact your team. If they're not on here, please ask them to hop on in the next few minutes so that they don't miss out on this great training. So if you haven't met me yet, my name is Charlotte Venter. It's lovely to meet you. My new branding is called the Mum Boss, which is fabulous. My daughter has been helping me put together some branding, and I'm about to launch a new website, which is fantastic, and I know will inspire all of you, and really is setting the pace and the example for our entire team on what to do on social media, what to do with attraction marketing to get people to come to you. So if you don't follow me yet, please do that, and feel free to rip off what I do. Just don't copy it word for word, because we always want you to have your own twists and use your own language and words when you do Facebook posts and your Instagram posts, whatever else you do. So as I said, my name is Charlotte Venter. I'm an Elite Pro 8 and live on the Sunshine Coast. And next month, the 4th of April, it's going to be our anniversary. It'll be 3 years that I've been with LiveVantage. So, wow, what a run it's been. Fabulous time, and so blessed to be in this company. To all the new distributors, a massive big welcome and congratulations for picking the best company. And of course, we're going to be biased, but hey, I can't help it. This really is the best. If you don't know my story, almost 3, or actually more than 3 years ago now, I went looking for the right company to work with. LiveVantage didn't find me, or some distributor didn't find me. I went looking for the right company and right product to partner with. And fast forward 3 years now, we have set up an incredible team with this company here in Australia and are seeing records broken month after month. So a fantastic big welcome to you. We're so honored to have you. And I want you to know that your success means a lot to us. It is because of you that I lay awake at night and think about how can we do things better? How can we improve? What more can we do to make your journey more pleasant and easier? So please do know that your success is very important to us. Now, March Madness, if you don't know about this, please note that we have a great incentive at the moment called March Madness. And for the month of March, every single distributor pack, the silver, gold, and platinum packs, you get a free starter kit. So in other words, they discounted, it's about $62, I think it is, including GST, from the normal price. And the best part of this is that you earn points in March for every pack that you enroll. 2 points for platinum, 1 point for gold, and a half for silver. And friends, for every 1 point, you'll be earning an extra $25 US commission that'll be paid out to you at the end of March. Now, isn't that cool? So remember this, Smart Start bonus, at least $500 on a platinum kit if you have got the right PV of 200. If you are a Pro 3 or above, you can earn the launch bonus of another $62 or $67. And now you can earn another $25 US. So that, my friend, is over $600 for every new platinum pack that you bring in March if you are a Pro 3 and you've got 200 PV or above. If you're not that familiar with our comp plan and that all sounded like Greek to you, then please do go to our team website, teamactivate.net. If you're not a member yet, apply to be a member. We will approve you and go and have a look at the brand new compensation plan video that I just did on Friday. It's about a 28-minute video, I think it is, and it covers the entire comp plan from A to Z. So get familiar with that, but make use of March Madness because it's a great tool as well to get that person that's been sitting on the fence, humming and hawing, just over the fence into that low vantage land and welcome them. So a great discount there for them. Please do note that dear old Facebook, didn't you panic on Friday when the whole thing just went dead? Oh my gosh, Robin and I were like, oh my, we can't work. There's no Facebook. Oh, it's pretty scary. But Facebook have made some changes lately. And of course, with their groups now, when you add somebody into a group, that person will be sent a notification and they have to accept it. Until such time as they accept it, you will not be able to tag them in anything in that group because they actually effectively are not in the group yet. So if you're going to tag and their name doesn't come up, please go back to them and ask them to look through their notifications and accept the notification. Should you have added somebody in the past, please may I ask that you go check. We are sitting with hundreds of people that have not accepted the invitations, and we did a full cleanup 2 weeks ago. And again, already there's hundreds of people sitting there that have been invited, but they're not in Activate My Life in our Facebook group. So please, this is a procedure. You add somebody, you message them, you say, hey, I've just added you. Please check your notification and accept. And then you know they're in the group. Until such time as that happens, they are not in the group, and you effectively have lost a prospect. So very important. You know, we say the money is in the follow-up, right? And that is the truth as well with adding them into the groups. A couple of announcements for you. If you enroll somebody and they are not on a subscription, it now stands out pretty clear in our back office. Where do you see it? I'm going to show you in a minute. We're going to, at the end of this training, I'm going to share my screen and show you a couple of things. But let me tell you, it's on your home page. On the far right-hand side, it says new members, and you'll see names there. When you click on the little book next to new members, you'll see it comes up with a list of every person that's been enrolled in your business, not by you, by your entire business for the current month. And everyone that was not enrolled on a subscription is red. Please check those daily. Check with your team. Why is Susie Smith not on a subscription? Have you explained to her the importance of using ProTandem for 1 month for every decade you've been alive so that you get the full benefit of the product? Same with distributors. If you're not in the subscription, holy moly, why not? Because you potentially could not earn commission. If your subscription doesn't go through and you don't at least have a 40 PV order, you will lose your commission. So we really don't want to see red little names on that list, because that could mean somebody is not going to earn the commission. The next thing, we are allowed to contact customer service and set up subscriptions bi-monthly or quarterly. Now, I want to reiterate and absolutely stress to you that this is the total last resort always to follow. In the network marketing business, you want to make sure that you have monthly subscriptions. This is how we build our residual income. It's a monthly residual income. When you put people on bi-monthly or quarterly subscriptions, it really messes up those figures and it messes up your income. It will not be consistent, right? But if it means you're going to lose somebody, then please don't lose them. Offer them the bi-monthly or the quarterly subscription if that's going to keep them with us. We do want everybody to stay on ProTandem. This is massive. In the last week, I've heard of so many people that are being enrolled where they don't belong. For instance, somebody who just wants to be a customer is being told, sign up as a distributor so we can get you a business center so that in the future, should you maybe want to do the business, you've already got a business. No, friends, that's not how we work. A customer is a customer and a distributor is a distributor. When we bring in a customer, we can place that customer on our tree anywhere we want them to be. And when they decide later on, and if they decide to be a distributor, we simply upgrade them and they stay in the same position. You disadvantage people when you tell them to come in as a distributor now if they are not building the business. Imagine this, you sign up somebody as a distributor now just because I don't know why, like I don't really even know what's the reason behind it that people are doing that. But what about Pacesetter? Because their start date is going to show now. And if they're not building, they will not have an opportunity to go for the Pacesetter incentive. It's not fair to do that. Also, what's very, very bad is that we mess up the company statistics. The company then looks at it and they think, oh, we just gained another 500 distributors in Australia, but maybe it's only 100 because 400 are really just glorified customers. So please don't do that. Put your prospect in where they fit. If they are purely a consumer, they are a customer. If they later on may want to do the business, they can upgrade and then become a distributor. Thank you for your cooperation with that. Now, the next thing is the NIA study. Now, this is a study that was done by the National Institute of Aging in the USA. Friends, this is a massive organization. They took 5 products or ingredients. And for 9.5 years, they studied what are the anti-aging benefits of these products or ingredients, and do they really help people stay healthy for longer. The ones that they tested was green tea, resveratrol, which is why the French are so healthy. It's the red grapes and red wine. They tested curcumin, which is in turmeric. They tested fish oil, and they tested Protandim. And after 9.5 years of us initially not even knowing they're studying our product, Darren Jensen, our CEO, got a phone call in his office to say, sir, we want you to know that we have been testing your product for 9.5 years. And we have found that your product is the only one out of these 5 that extend health. So not life, friends, it doesn't make you live longer. And I find a lot of distributors are getting this confused. It did not extend your life by 7%, but it extended, the study showed, it extended health span. So in other words, those mice stayed healthier for 7% longer than the others. Now, for me, that's a lot more important. And as Dr. Fifi says, I want to stay healthy for long and then just drop dead, right? And that's exactly how I feel about my life too. So is there any other product that's been proven to do that? Nothing. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nixny, nothing. Nothing. Only Protandim. Isn't that incredible? My daughter's laughing at my Afrikaans. So NIA study, brilliant to use. Livantage made a 2-minute video, and you may say to me, but Charlotte, the video says extends lifespan. Yes, it does, but it is intended to mean health span. So it extends the healthy years of your life. It doesn't necessarily make you live longer. Okay, friends, what I also want to share with you tonight is that it's very, very, very important for you, if you want to grow your business, to bring in fellow business partners, distributors who are going to work with you. I was looking for a picture today of what can illustrate this, and I found this pile of dirt that's being moved. Now imagine if there was a pile of bottles of Protandim, and we want to get that into the hands of people. And you've just got this one lady with a spade that's spading it up, or one lady with her network and she's talking to them about it. But there's this mountain of bottles of Protandim lying there. How long do you think it's going to take her to get through that? Opposed to, look at the chain of people standing there all helping. So imagine if this lady scooping up that dirt, putting it in a bucket, had to walk all the way down to where it needs to be, and then walk all the way back again and fill the bucket and go all the way down again, and then get there and like probably have a rest and a drink, and then, okay, come back again. Imagine how much longer it would take her opposed to this team of people working together. And it's exactly the same in our business. We need to have other business partners work with us. Now, many distributors will say to me, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. I find it so hard to talk about the business, but I find it super easy to talk about the product. Well, let me give you a few little tips. For me, this is how I've looked at it, and it's because I'm so passionate about business and setting people free financially. I've always looked at the business as plan A and product plan B. So when I talk with people, the thing I do is I ask them great questions. I ask them, how's your job going? Do you still enjoy it? What do you do? How long have you worked there for? And when last did you have a holiday? Oh, Charlotte, I just haven't because I can't get time off work. Are you kidding me? That's not okay. What if I could show you a way that you could start building a side hustle without it interfering with your current job, so that eventually you can take endless holidays? Yeah, is that even possible? You see, I didn't intrude on the person. I asked question and asked question and asked questions until I see what is their pain. How about, hey, how's it going? I see you got 6 little kids, or not 6 kids, let's say 3 kids under the age of 10. Wow, that's hectic. So are you stay-at-home mom? No, I juggle. We can't afford for me to be at home, so I juggle, and I drop the kids off at daycare, and so I work 4 days a week. And so how does that feel when you drop them off? I remember having to do that. Oh man, I hate it. I drive away there feeling guilty, some mornings I'm crying. Hey, you know what? That's not okay, because people should not just survive this life. They should thrive and live happily. Would you be open to me showing you a way of how I've seen so many mums like you start a side hustle that doesn't interfere with what they're doing, and they set it up and they can actually then have all their time at home with their kids? Yeah, please. So you see, it's just about asking people questions. And, some of the most common things is I've been in big rooms of 300-400 people where I've said, put up your hand if you need more money. And I'm yet to see one person not put up their hand. Everybody needs more money. We all want more holidays. I have never spoken to anyone who has said, I don't want to go on holiday. At the Rob Sperry and Fraser Brooks event this last weekend, he did an excellent thing, Fraser Brooks. He said, right, if you pick between these two things, if you would like 10 million US in your bank account now, stay on the left. If you would like to have endless holidays, go wherever you want to go in the world, it's all paid for and your bills are paid for while you're away from home, go to the right. Do you know that there was only like 4% of the people that went to the left who wanted the 10 million US in their bank? Because people want more memories. They want more holidays. They don't care about the dollars in the bank. So that's a great topic. When last have you been on holiday? Have you booked your next holiday? Where are you off to next? What's on your bucket list for travel? Everybody has a dream, and so many Aussies have never left this country. It blows my mind. Things like leave your job, more time with my kids. How many women want to bring their husbands home or their partners home? How many dads are working on the mines and they hate it? How many women are sitting alone, struggling to look after the kids, juggle the work, juggle the house, and they're missing their spouse or their partner terribly because they can't work at home with them? Hey friends, I did that for 10 years. My husband, was away most of my life, most of our married life. Do you know, not long ago, we calculated in 1 year, he was only home for the entire year for 3 weeks. That's just not on. And if somebody had back then come to me and said, hey, I can show you a side hustle that you can build, it's not going to interfere with what you're doing, Charlotte, but we can bring your husband home, I would have jumped at it. So don't be afraid to ask people questions. What about older people? We often look at people, you know, I've just recently met a couple that when I looked at them, I thought, man, they're wealthy. They got this stuff together. They both look great. But then I find out they actually are in financial difficulty, not because of their own fault, but because of stuff that's happened out of their control. Retirement, a lot of people, in fact, we heard statistics as well at this event, like 90-something% of people have $37,000 a year to retire on. Are you kidding me? What are you going to do with that? $37,000 a year to pay for your food and your water and your lights and your phone and your clothes and your medical insurance and your rego, that's like $37,000 alone, regos. That's so expensive. So ask the questions, right? As new distributors, we want to remind you that all of our team training is on teamactivate.net, right on the home page. You'll see this picture in front of you, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hover over that and it'll show you what training comes on. Tomorrow night, we have one of my favorites, and this is our live power hour, where we show you the 5 key principles of building on social media. We show you live and we give you an opportunity to actually do it live on with us so that you can ask questions. So on the same Zoom number tomorrow night, same time, if you haven't done the DMO training, you should be on there. Get your team on there. Friends, another thing Fraser Brooks said is that network marketing has changed. It is online. A lot of this stuff is social media. Yes, you can still build the conventional way, but for most people today, it is social media. The way we communicate has changed. It's now text or Facebook message. So you have not got an option, but you have to learn. And no better place to learn than to come onto that DMO training. Just a reminder as well that we have Carrie Dickey Tour coming up, starting not this Monday coming, the following Monday, 1st of April, we're going to be in Perth, then Adelaide, then Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Sunshine Coast. We are launching the ProBios, and Carrie's going to talk about Love Your Gut. She's going to explain the product, and she's also going to do some amazing distributor training, teaching us what she has done to be the 2nd highest income earner in this company. She's a Pro 11, very soon, I believe, to be a Pro 12. What does that mean? Well, that means 5 million US a month in volume. Wow. So you want to come and learn from this lady, register today, go on to Live Vantage Australia events Facebook page. You'll find the links there for all of these events. Register yourself, register for guests. If you have anybody who you think may look at this business, get them in front of this lady. She is magical. Okay, so don't forget, maximize that event. I'm so honored now to bring on for you our beautiful Sandra Santoro from Sydney. This lady, I think we featured her just a few weeks ago in our Mover and Shaker. And Sandra joined us at this training with Rob Sperry and Fraser Brooks. And she's going to take you through some of the things that she's learned. And then I'll come back and close up and also go and share my screen and show you a couple of things on our website. So thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thanks, doll.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share this with everybody. It's a real privilege. So we learned a lot on the weekend that we were there at the tour, and we had some good laughs as well. Fraser Brooks is extremely entertaining. Really, really great. If you get an opportunity to see him again, you need to go. So one of the massive things that really stood out was that network marketing is delayed gratification. Now, if you really think about all the hard work that you're putting in, you're working, and it takes a while before you start to see the results and get that gratification of, a bonus pay or someone saying yes to you or getting a distributor. So it really is that kind of a process. The other thing is, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. And I loved this because it was just so clear and it's so true. You don't know what everyone's done to get to their chapter 10. So don't compare where you're at to someone else's journey. All you're going to do is just make it even harder for yourself. You need to just accept that journey to be yours and learn and grow, and it will happen. Okay. You need to believe that you deserve it, not just need it and want it. So we were asked, what we need, what we want, and then we were asked, well, do you really deserve it? And this seems to be the key thing for people. We're really good at saying we need this and we want this, but we're not so good at saying that we deserve it. And this is where we really need to start, focusing and thinking that we deserve to have these things in our life. This one was really eye-opening for a lot of people and kind of made you stand up and go, yeah, well, I need to be real with myself here. They talked about fake working versus IPAs, or income producing activities, and sometimes we call them daily methods of operation. So what do we mean by fake working? Things like scrolling through Facebook, meeting friends for coffee that goes for a few hours and it's not really with a purpose of unless it's your time out, self-care time, in terms of teaching them about your product or your business opportunity. Posting on your page just for the sake of posting. Is there a purpose behind it? So all those kind of busy work things, that's your fake working. And I'm sure if we're all really honest with ourselves, we do spend time doing fake working. And that's what we really need to knuckle down and look at and say, okay, what am I doing in my day? What actions am I actually doing that are going to give me income? Okay, not that fake work. So be really mindful of that. It's just not busy work. Okay, so what are income producing activities? So they talked about this in 3 tiers, and tier 1 being the most important tier. If you do anything else, it's got to be tier 1. All right. Tier 1 is talking to new people every single day. Okay, everyone you meet, you need to start a conversation with them. You also need to have third-party validations, or what we call 3-way calls, or a messenger chat with the 3 people in it, or a 3-way Zoom. And what that does is it validates to your prospect or the person that you're talking to about what you've already been talking to them about. And especially if you're new, this is where you need to use these 3-way calls to help you. So it's a learning process for you as well. This is really important, and it's something that we don't use enough of. We really need to start, lifting our game in terms of using these third-party validations and adding to your lead list. So when you connect with people, you become friends with them, you connect with them on Facebook, they are then added onto your lead list, okay? And you always need to constantly be adding to that list every single day. And I love it in the DMOs on Tuesday night, there's a line there that we say, no one ever comes off your list unless they're dead. Okay, so don't forget that. They don't come off your list, all right? Tier 2, this is the second part of your activities, but not the most important, all right? You need to work with your team, reach out to your team members, and nurture your current customers. Now, this is really important for customer retention, to educate them, keep checking in with them so that they keep ordering every month. This is how our business grows, and this is how we continue to get our residual income. And then helping our teams to grow. And tier 3, team trainings like what we're doing tonight, going to events, personal development, and studying anything that's relevant to your company or to your product. The thing you need to remember is that tier 1 is the fire. This is the most important activity you need to do and should be done first. Tier 2 and Tier 3 are the fuel for that fire. Okay, that's what gets everything going. Okay, this is a great question because it really makes you be a bit real with yourself. What is your commitment level? What are you willing to do when you don't feel like it? It's really easy to go, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, I want to go and watch that TV show. Oh, I'll follow up with them, in a few days' time when you don't feel like it. But you know what? That's when it really counts, when you don't feel like it and you take the action, or you don't want to go and present that night, or you don't want to go to that meetup. Push yourself out the door to go and do those things, because your why that you have, does it match your commitment and your actions? And if it's not, then you need to change that. Most people have a why or a purpose, or you should, for why you're doing this, okay? And it will be different for everybody, and whatever it is for you is fine. But you need to work out whether, yeah, Katie, no PV in TV, definitely. You need to work out whether your why matches your commitment and action. It's really important. This is a great little tip that Rob's mentioned. He said, get mad, not sad when you don't rank. You know you deserve it, expect success, and demand it. So often we will fall into the trap, and I know I have, when I don't hit that rank that I'm going for, and get all upset with myself and get depressed, and I'm like, oh, this is too hard, I don't want to do it. We've all been there. And he said, instead of doing that, get mad. No, I deserve this. I expect it. It's going to happen, and I demand that it happens. And when you get fired up about things, you tend to then just, hit the ground running. Whereas if you start being all sad about it and kind of having your own pity party, so to speak, you tend to go the other way. All right? So think about that. Compensation will all that is 1,000 times, and all of our other leaders, that consistency and that committed daily action will eventually, you'll reap the rewards. Okay, so this example, I wish I could stand up and do it for you, but it was such a great visual. So Fraser Brooks was on the stage, and he was walking around, and he was, stomping around in circles, and each step he'd take, he'd go work, 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 paid. And then we do a bit more work, 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 paid. And then he'd do work, work, paid, work, paid, 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 work, paid, 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 paid. So see, the effort, the consistency of working, working, working eventually pays off, and it becomes more paid, 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 rather than just work, 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 work. Okay. Again, you've heard us say this time and time again, mindset is key. We need to think about saying I can and I am statements to ourselves every single day through the day. If you're not journaling already, you need to start doing that. This is the way we empower ourselves. Self-talk can be both negative and positive, and either way, it can be powerful. But we obviously want to use the positive self-talk, because that's going to propel us into doing what we need to do and keep us positive through the day. Look at how you talk to yourself every moment of the day, and start being aware of that and pulling yourself up when you start to have those negative self-talk and that, little voice on your shoulder that says, oh, you don't want to do that. No, you can't do that. Okay, and this is a muscle. It takes time. You have to practice this. It doesn't just happen straight away, okay? But start by being aware of what you're actually saying to yourself. The mind is here to keep us safe. That's its job. It doesn't know whether you're excited or fearful. It just knows that that feeling that you get when you're excited and when you're fearful, it's the same body feelings, okay? So if you tell it that you are fine and you are good and you're excited about things when you might be fearful, your mind is not going to know. It just wants to keep you safe, okay, from doing things that are outside your comfort zone. So we need to switch off our mind and just take more action. All right. So the bridge of belief. So on one side of the bridge we have loser town, and on the other side of the bridge we have, successful town where we all want to get to. All right. So he talks about the 7 different ways that we can build that belief in ourselves and in what we're doing to get across the bridge, okay, to successful town. So the first thing he talks about is be a product of the product. Make sure you're taking the products, know about the products, okay? People want to look at you and go, yeah, you look fantastic, or gee, your skin looks great, or you look really healthy, okay? Be a product of the product. Attend events, at least 1 to 2 a month. That's really not a lot, guys. It's really not a lot. And when attending events kind of gives you that fire back in your belly again. They're really important, okay? It gets you going again. Talk to your upline daily. Now, when he says this, it's little things like, oh, I had a win today, or this didn't go so well today, or just keeping in touch with someone in your upline to let them know how you're going. All right. The other important thing is to enroll customers every month. Then be enrolling distributors every month. Have you earned an incentive? So have you earned an incentive trip or an extra incentive in money? And have you heard our CEO speak at an event? All these things will help you to get across that bridge to the successful island. Okay, these are what start to help build that belief. Okay, he talks about the word lead, and he loves acronyms, and he uses lots of acronyms. So L standing for leap, so the bridge of belief that I just went through. Expectations, so you're going to go through shit before you are a hit, okay? We're all going to be crap at stuff before we're great at stuff. And it just takes time. It takes practice. And you've heard the saying, practice makes perfect. And we don't have to be perfect, but the practice will get you to being pretty damn good, okay? So pit what you want. When you're feeling like you are not, getting through it, this is to do with your expectations. Always think about positive people, how you're going to impact others, and how it's going to transform you as a person. So if you're feeling like you're not doing great, or things aren't happening as quickly as you want them to, or you did a presentation and you weren't happy with it, flick it back into what they call PIT. So positive people, impacting others, and how it's going to transform you. Okay, the A is the action, so matching your activity. So if you do an hour of personal development, you need to do an hour of action. So when we talk about action, it's that tier 1 activity. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit lopsided. We have more personal development than we do have the action. And that's why, and the way they demonstrated it to us was that we're going round and round in circles. Okay, so we need to make sure we're matching our activity. And duplicate. Keep it simple so others can duplicate. And we've got amazing systems in place in our team. Use them. We are really, really lucky to have what we have. Okay. Now, I know that for some of you, social media can be a little bit scary, but as Charlotte said earlier, this is the way that we are communicating and that business is going. So a couple of tips in terms of how to recruit on social media. Your first one is you've got to collect friends. There's an amazing tool or an app that he shared with us, Fraser shared with us, called the ninjasearchtool.com. And if you jump onto the DMOs tomorrow night, you'll be able to see that in a little bit more detail of how that works. But you can put in information of the type of target person or market you want to achieve, and it will connect to your Facebook, and it will bring you up a list of people that are not your friends that you could connect with. Okay, so that is an awesome, awesome tool. All right, number 2, collect decisions. So it doesn't matter which one, but you need to collect a yes or a no. Okay. Don't send the link until they have committed to watching it. And you know, we all do this. We send the link and then we go back to them and we say, have you watched it? No, I haven't. So Fraser talks about, you know, getting them to commit to a time that they're going to watch it. Then you send the link just before and then you follow up with them straight after. Okay. A little tip for you, if you haven't got Fraser's book, which is I Dare You, it has all the information, word for word, step for step. Great book, easy read. Everything you need is there. And you need to ask the question, what did you like best? Not what did you think? We want to point them to the focus of, you know, what's positive about it. Okay. And your third thing is to collect commissions. Again, you've heard us say this over and over again. Track your numbers. What do we mean by that? How many people did you add to your list today? How many tools did you send? How many were watched? How many questions did you ask, or what type of questions? Who said yes, who said no? And how many of those were converted into commissions or enrollments? Okay, really important to know your numbers. All right. Another couple of tips here. Content creation. So save posts from other people and use them later. Okay, there's a way that you can do that in Facebook. And again, if you jump on DMOs tomorrow night, you will be shown how to do that. But saving posts so you can go back and just start building a bank of them. Okay, so then you don't have to constantly think of new content. Number 2 is more engagement. Get people to see your feed first. All right, get people to start following you. Fresh news feed. Now, this was really interesting, that tip that he said. For every 10 new friends that you add, delete 5 inactive ones. Why do we do that? Because that brings your new friends up through your news feed. Okay, if you're not moving it around, and Facebook actually likes this with their algorithms, you tend to just have the same people in your feed. All right, and we want to make sure that our new people are seeing what we're posting about. Now, Facebook Lives. People are petrified of doing this. And initially it is a bit tough when you first start, but you know what? If you just jump in and do it and don't overthink it, it will just flow. And just be yourself, be genuine. You know, the less rehearsed you are sometimes the better, because it's just you. All right. Consistency with this will create spikes. So Fraser suggests that you do it the same time each week so that people will start following you and go, oh, yep, Sandra's doing her live on a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. I'm going to jump on because I want to see what she's going to talk about tonight. Okay. So that is really important, and just give it a go. Groups. Make sure you're using our groups. Again, we have awesome systems in place, guys. Use them. Activate My Life and Activate My Pet. Stories. Okay, now this is to do with Facebook story and Facebook and Instagram stories. Okay, this is a new little thing. I'm still learning it myself, but starting to add things to it. Basically, the way they explained it was that this is about you as the person behind the brand. So your personal page is about you, the brand, and your stories, or your Instagram stories, Facebook story, is about you, your day-to-day life. It's like your reality TV show. Okay, that's the difference. All right. Okay, I think, Charlotte, were you taking over from here?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Sandra. You are an absolute rock star.
Thank you.
I was just sitting here mesmerized by how much you have grown. Seriously, you are just amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just love listening to you. Thank you. So another thing that Fraser and Rob both were very, very clear on is that there is a window of opportunity when you bring in a new distributor, and to sort of set the bar up front with them, set the right expectations. And for instance, to ask this question, you know, to say within 48 hours, you got to ask this question, that the average person completes their task list. So in other words, whatever tasks you put out to your brand new distributor to do, which normally is make your list, would be one of the first things we would say is, write down 10 or 20 people that we can start talking to. And what they say is, the average person completes this task within 48 hours. Are you above or below average? And what this does is it just gives you an indication of the kind of person and their commitment. 3 types of people: don't do it or they cancel, the ones who do it right on time, and then the ones who do it right way before the due time. Now, work with the action takers. It was very, very clear to us on the weekend that the people that deserve your time are the people who are actually taking action, not necessarily the people who are getting results. It's the people who are showing up and taking action. And the other ones, oftentimes, you need to let go of some people until things change in their lives and they're ready to be more committed. Never ever feel guilty of doing that. Just be upfront with the distributor and say, look, last week we spoke about you doing X, Y, and Z. We're meeting again this week. Those actions have still not been taken. So I sort of just sense that maybe the timing is wrong for you. When you're ready, please come back to me. Until such time, I'm going to just keep building my business. But when you're ready, come back and we can work together again. The fact that you are somebody's sponsor or their upline does not mean that they have unlimited access to you without them also bringing their part. So be very careful with that. Work with action takers, not the action fakers. We do have people who just seem to be busy constantly and they're just busy with their mouths. They're actually not doing much at all. Be very careful that you don't get despondent and you yourself get into a negative frame of mind because of those kind of people. But be upfront, discern who they are, be able to recognize that and then let them go until they're ready to work with you. What is really important to you is to show people that you're going to do this with or without them, right? So we are doing this. We are going to build Australia to $10 million a month in sales, and we would love you to be on board and do it with us. But if you decide it's not for you, we're still going to do it, right? We are not going to stop. So very important. Now, I mentioned the 48-hour thing because there's urgency is synonymous with wealth. When you have a look at, people that are wealthy or successful, they didn't just sit back, take things slowly, think about it and think about it some more. No, they jumped up straight away, saw opportunity, got to work, and are successful. So there is urgency linked to wealth and of course, success. The first 48 hours, friends, are crucial. This in our industry is known as the golden window. So, as a sponsor at the beginning, you will take it personally, or you should take it personally to help your people. You do not fob them off on somebody else, as Beck went over some of the stuff last week, I believe. It's very important that you do straight away when that person enrolls, you get them into action. And I'm going to show you in a minute our duplicatable system for distributors. You lead them by influencing them, not by being bossy. People don't join network marketing because they want another boss. They want to get rid of their boss. So you can influence them and lead them. You don't have to be bossy boots and tell them what to do, right? If they don't do what you suggest they do, that's their story. That's what, that's going to determine their success. But don't be bossy and be one of those people. We don't lead like that. We lead by influencing and showing what's possible and inspiring people. This is the golden tip for tonight. Are you doing 3-way calls, 3-way messages, or 3-way Zooms? Winners use 3-way calls. If you are not doing it, that could be a direct link to the success you're having in your business right now. So please, there's never an excuse of, I don't know who to ask, I don't have a sponsor. There are so many of us, so many leaders. We've got 25 people alone in our leaders group. Reach out, ask for a 3-way call when you need it. It is super important to bring that credibility. Now, I want to take you, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to take you into Team Activate to show you at what is our system. So the minute you bring somebody in as a distributor, what do you do with them? The very first thing you do is you get them to go into teamactivate.net. Okay, they've got to ask to become a member and they've got to go in there. So I'm going to just stop this PowerPoint and show you teamactivate.net and show you exactly as a sponsor what to do. I may actually first quickly hop over into my back office and show you, hold on, where are we? Excuse me for a sec, let me just come back. There we go. So I mentioned to you before, Robs, can you tell me, can you see my back office star? Yeah. So I mentioned to you before that there's this new little red line thing. Isn't it fabulous? So this is it here. You see it says new members, right? You click here on it, looks like a calculator. You click there and it's going to show you all the new enrollments in your business. And you see here how it's made them red. So this is a preferred customer that's been enrolled without an auto ship. Here's a distributor. So this is really what concerns me more. Here's a new distributor that's come in without being put on an auto ship or a subscription. If you want to see them all together, all you've got to do is click here on next run date. If you click on that, it's going to put all the red ones at the top. And look how many there are, team. This is your work. 43 people have come in and they have not been put on an auto ship or a subscription. And look, there's distributors amongst here. So please, I want to ask you to go back and have a look. You know, some people won't be on it and that's okay. I do know that the figure should be sitting around the 10, 14, 15% max. So check out your business. Go and have a look. Do you know your numbers? You know, I track my numbers. I know exactly what percentage of new enrollments are not put on subscription. So please go check that out. Right, yes, teamactivate.net. Isn't it a cool website? How gorgeous is my daughter that she makes all this stuff for us? So look how simple. A new distributor comes on board. You are their sponsor. You come to teamactivate.net. You hover here over Start Strong and you go to step number 3, help your two. Go there. Let's see what happens. Now it comes up and it says, print out this checklist. And here, friends, we've done a checklist for you. I'll just scroll further up and you'll see here is where you can check. This is where you print it out. Okay. And look what it says. Number 1, set up a call with your brand new distributor, preferably within the first day. You need an hour with your brand new distributor. Why? Because the first 48 hours are crucial. So you want to get them in on the first day or 2. So set up a call. Before you hop on that call with the distributor, look here, sponsored to do before the first call. Send a welcome email. But Charlotte, I don't know what to say in my welcome email. Well, scroll down here. Welcome email for a customer. Welcome email for a distributor. Click on there and we've already drafted that email for you. You can change it to whatever you want and of course fill in your person's details in there. Number 2, go and create a welcome pin. How do I do that? Go back up to the website here. Go into marketing tools. Under marketing tools, you'll see it comes up with many different options. Click here on welcome post templates. Then click here on how the heck do I do this? So how to use Canva. If you click on here, there's a short little 7-minute video that's going to show you how to make exactly one of these pictures into a welcome post. How much easier can it be? Okay, now let's go back to you help your two. So number 1, you've printed out the checklist. Number 2, you've sent them an email. Number 3, you've done a welcome pin. Number 4, you're going to add them to all of our Facebook groups. and you're going to send them a message and say, hey, you should have notifications, accept them, please. Now you're ready for the first call. When you get on the first call, you're going to ask the distributor, what's their why? You want to know. So at those moments when that person says, I'm going to give up, you're going to go, no, you can't, because Charlotte, how are you going to bring Andre home? If you said that to me, I would say, okay, all right, I'll keep going, which is exactly what happened, right? So you need to know their why. You're going to tell them about the weekly training and where to find the information. You're going to tell them about the Thursday night training for brand new distributors. Explain Zoom and how it works. Explain that their pack is going to arrive within 3 to 5 days, or if you're in Perth, a bit longer. Take a photo, put it on Facebook, and create curiosity. You know, don't take a photo of Live Vantage. Just turn the box so you can't see the company name. You want to create curiosity. Oh, so excited about my new home business. And people will message and say, what are you doing? Tell me more. Okay. The next thing is you're going to get them obviously to go to teamactivate.net, become a member. Then here you're going to show them now how to launch and say, look, this is self-explanatory. You can work through the checklist yourself. But now this is what your distributor is going to do. They're going to come here to start strong, what you need to know. Now, friends, do not send them a ton of information. That is why people do nothing. We overwhelm them with too much stuff. All you need to do is what I've just shown you. Go through that checklist, set up their first call. On the first call, work through that checklist. And then when you get to that point, number 6, I think it is, it's going to tell you to come here. Now, this shows the distributor the basics of what they need to know to get started. This is how to set up your link if you don't have a link. You don't have to know everything. This is our system works on points, and points are important. This is why we have a pace setter incentive and know what a 3-way call is. The next thing is, how do I enroll? How do I enroll a customer? How do I enroll a distributor or somebody in a different country? Read this book. Here's a PDF version for you, or download Audible on your mobile as an app and listen to this. Very important. Once you've done this, click here and you're ready to start. Now, this has to happen quickly within the first 48 hours. Our step 1 for new distributor is bring in 4 customers. And here it's going to show them in detail, why is 4 customers important? What does PV mean? 4 customers and their own order gives them 200 PV for the next month to make them safe to earn commission. Watch this little video here, which is all about product training. It's short, but it tells you what the product do. It tells you what to say to people about the product. Isn't it amazing? Now you're ready to get started. Here's a script you can use with your friends and family. Your first protocol before you move past here is 4 customers. Do not move on to step 2 until you finish this. So you keep your distributor here until they have brought in their 4 customers, and then they move to the next step. So do you see how easy it is? That's it. You do not have to spend hours and hours and hours with a new distributor. You just do what I've just shown you. That's duplicatable. And it's not what's duplicatable that is important. It's what works. And friends, I can tell you that I'm seeing on our new enrollments every month a lot more new distributors enrolling straight away, which shows me this is working. So this is the end of training for tonight. I do hope this is clarified for you how we do launch a new distributor. And I'm also giving you some great feedback there about the Rob Sperry and Fraser Books conference. So thank you again, Sandra. You're an absolute star. Love you to bits. Mwah. And thanks everyone for being on here. We adore you, and we are so grateful for each one of you, for every little bit and big lots that you do. We appreciate you equally. Thanks. Have an awesome week. Mwah. Bye.